News 8 at 6 starts now.
Good evening, I'm David Williams. In Colts Watch, the Horseshoe headed to the Big Apple for a battle with the Jets. The team hoped to pick up win number 2 on the season. News 8's Megan McHugh joins us now with how this played out at MetLife Stadium.
David, so much hope going into this game. The Colts had a 10-day gap to prepare for this one. Unfortunately, it did not end as Colts fans would have wanted it to. Good evening. After a 10-day gap between games, the Colts anxious to get back on the field in hopes of picking up a win over the Jets. T.Y. Hilton, Jack Doyle, Clayton Gathers all out with injuries. The Horseshoe had to go into battle with a younger core group and a quarterback who leads the league in pass attempts. Andrew Luck and company looking to snap a 3-game losing streak, but a rough start to this one. On the game's second play, Luck's pass goes off the hands of Marlon Mack and is intercepted off the deflection by Morris Claiborne, who returns it for a touchdown. 7-0 Jets lead early on. Third quarter, New York up 17, but Luck hits Eric Ebron for an 18-yard touchdown, and the Colts showing signs of life, fighting back, but turnovers doomed the Horseshoe in this one. In the fourth, Luck intercepted by Darren Lee. The Colts turn it over 4 times in this game. The Jets go on to win this one 42-34. All right, with more on today's game, we head now to MetLife Stadium where we find sports director Anthony Calhoun. AC, how frustrated was this locker room after this one?
Hey, Megan, no doubt about it. This team very frustrated after this loss to the Jets here at MetLife Stadium. This by far the worst loss of the season for the Colts. They had 4 turnovers. Yes, 4 turnovers against the Jets here in New Jersey, and now they find themselves 1-5 on the season, and a head coach that knows the trip back to Indy is going to be tough.
They're all tough to swallow. They all hurt. Certainly, as the head coach, it hurts the most because you ultimately have the ultimate responsibility for what goes on out there. So that starts with my responsibilities, and we just have to play better as a team, and we all got to do a better job, starting with myself.
Stupid's the only the word that comes to mind. We do some silly things to ourselves. But as far as having fun playing, I'm having fun playing. I really am. The result is not what it needs to be. We need to improve as a team. We need to improve as an offensive unit. We as individuals all need to improve.
Yeah, so many missed opportunities for this football team here today against the Jets. And now the Colts, they have lost 4 games in a row. The only, I guess, bright spot is the fact they head back home to play host to Buffalo, so they get a home game. But overall, just a tough performance, not the way they wanted to play here against the Jets here at MetLife Stadium. Coming up later in sports, we got much more coverage on the Colts' loss here today to the Jets. That's coming up later here on Wish TV. We'll send it back to you, Megan.
All right, AC, thank you so much. Much more from AC. Out in New York coming up in my sportscast, we're talking about the dropped passes. The Colts had at least 5 drops in today's game, so we're going to dive into that issue. Coming up in sports.
So frustrating. Thank you both, AC and Megan. Well, we began with more clouds today, but at least we're staying dry. Brad, I felt a few sprinkles on my way into work. Well, how long will this last?
Fortunately, it's going to stick around here at least through the first half of the day tomorrow, just enough to make our Monday morning commute a very Monday-ish morning commute. High temperatures today with all the drizzle, the cloud cover barely made it into the mid-50s here. 56 in Shoveville, little peak of sunshine here there did help to warm things up into the 60s up from Muncie over to Lafayette. And right now we're kind of just socked in here with a lot of cloud cover. 52 degrees, a little bit of drizzle at the airport, and that's just because the air is very saturated outside. Winds out of the east, not really helping to do anything outside right now. But outside of the drizzle, storm tracker showing mostly clean sweeps. Not a whole lot of organized rainfall just yet, but up perched off to our west is our next weather maker. It is lurking, and it will start to slide back in by late tonight, continue through the overnight hours, and it's going to stick around just in time for that morning drive. So if you're headed out the door late tonight, about 9, 10, 11 o'clock, a few more showers are possible. I think most of the rain, though, holds off until the overnight hours. You can see that rain starting to push its way back in by 11, 12, and then becomes pretty widespread through the overnight hours. So get the umbrella out and prepare for some small delays out there for that morning drive with the wet roadways. The sunshine, though, it's not too far away. I'll let you know when we will see a little bit more free vitamin D coming up in the full forecast in less than 8 minutes.
Thank you, Brad. Coming up, you may have watched the original, but Charmed is coming back. I'll look at the new season next.
You're watching Wish TV, your local news source, with Julie and Grace, meteorologist Brad Mousehart, and sports with Megan McEwen. Now, News 8 at 6 continues.
Welcome back. It's been over 12 years since this show, Charmed, left the air, but it's set to return October 14th with a new cast and new storyline. Mike Barr sat down with the stars of the show to get a preview.
I feel so lucky to be the mother of two special young women.
It's been some time since Charmed was last on the air. So long, in fact, the new cast was too young to remember the original.
And nothing is stronger than your sisterhood. So nurture that. We are all over it.
Yeah, we're gonna nurture it so hard.
Did you guys watch the original series?
I hadn't seen a whole lot of it, no.
Really?
Yeah, I think I was 8 when it came out. And I was aware of it, you know, I think my brother watched it.
The new series comes with a new cast, more diverse than the original, but still with the same premise. 3 sisters using their 3 unique powers to protect mankind from the demons that walk among us.
There are elements of the original, of course, it's Charmed, but it's definitely an updated, modern version, and we are different characters.
Well, it's 2018, even there's like the Me Too movement, there's social media, where people of color.
Yeah, we aren't all white this time.
Yeah, I just feel like the world is different now, so our show really reflects that.
I have to go, something is wrong.
Mel, played by Melanie Diaz, is a graduate student at Hilltown University. Maggie, played by Sarah Jeffrey, is the freshman considering sorority rush with an on and off boyfriend. The sisters don't find out about their other sibling, Macy, played by Madeline Mantock, until after their mother's shocking death.
Oh my God, what is happening?
With emotions running high, the sisters discover they have impossible new abilities.
I have telekinesis, so I can move things with my mind.
And I read minds, so I read minds.
I stop time.
There is a reasonable explanation.
Through these abilities, they learn their witches, guided by their white lighter, a witch advisor and guide.
You 3 have to decide whether you wish to accept your witchly fate.
Accepting their new destiny, the Charmed ones accept their duty to protect humankind, even if they have no idea what they're really up against.
There's just a lot that for everyone in it. There's romance, there's action, there's humor. It's sort of...
And also, like in terms of like genre and stuff, like it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like there's horror, there's comedy, there's like, this, romantic comedy aspect to it, I feel like sometimes. So it's fun, like going to work every day because we don't know what we're gonna get.
Charmed, new series, Sunday, October 14th on the CW.
Charmed premieres tonight right here on Wish TV at 9 p.m.
Well, good night to stay in and watch that, because rain showers will start to trickle back in through the evening and overnight hours, making for a pretty dismal morning commute. We'll let you know when that rain pushes back out.
Thanks for staying with us. A few days ago, we were wearing shorts. I know I was. Now fall is here. Meteorologist Brad Mousehart. So how long is this going to last?
I'm still wearing shorts. You just can't see them. No, no, it's a little chilly outside. Luckily, the rain that we're going to see through the overnight hours into the day, Monday, the first half of the day, that's about as far as it's going to last. By Monday afternoon, Monday evening, sunshine will be coming back out, and the rest of the work week actually looks pretty nice. But make sure to give yourself a couple extra minutes as you're heading out the door for that Monday morning drive. You're going to expect a little bit of a slowdown outside, and then, well, like I said, then the sunshine comes back out. Just rain gear for half a day. Temperatures outside started off relatively mild compared to where we have been the past few days. Only climbed, though, a few degrees. A lot of cloud cover helped to sock us in, hold those temperatures down a bit. They did manage to see a little bit of sunshine up in Tippecanoe County, and now they're all clouded up as well. 61 degrees, though, still up in West Lafayette, whereas it's been cloudy and dreary all day on the other side of the state, even though they're further south. Bedford only 53, and a little bit of an east wind. You can see howling over the Morse Reservoir. Definitely not a great boat day out there with the rain starting to trickle on in. Right now, just cloudy, dreary, 52 degrees outside, very saturated air mass. Temperatures outside, at least, are a little bit below average, but it's going to be better than what we're going to see outside to start early next week. A big cool down spreads back in by next weekend. More on that coming up in just a bit. Storm tracker, no organized rainfall, just a little bit of drizzle here and there with that really perpetually persistent cloud deck just kind of sticking around off to our west. So could be worse. They're seeing not only much cooler air bottled up here to the west, but also a good amount of snowfall through Nebraska, Iowa, all the way through Wisconsin, and no surprise, Des Moines just at 34, 31 in North Platte, and this cool down is starting to press this direction, at least a little bit. It's going to help to squeeze all the moisture that we're seeing out of the air, and that's what's going to give us the rain chances through the overnight hours. So up until about 8, 9 o'clock, I think most of us stay dry. A few showers will push in, inevitably, as we work our way through the evening hours, but I still think most of us stay dry into the overnight hours, and that's when things really start to change. You can see by 3, 4 o'clock that rain starts to press in from the west. It arrives just in time for the morning drive, so if you are going to be heading out the door to work or school tomorrow, a couple extra minutes, plan for some wet roadways, plan for a little bit of slowdown. You know how it is when it rains outside. And temperature-wise, at least that'll be average, if not a little bit above average in most spots. 47 degrees as you head out the door in Greencastle, 50, one of the warmer spots in Muncie, and 51 from Shelbyville down to Bedford. Outside of that, just gloomy, rainy. Keep the rain gear handy. You're not going to need it for the evening drive because by midday, this rain will start to press on out. By 8, 9, 10 o'clock, the rain's pushing out. Sunshine starts to peak out in our northwesternmost communities by 2 to 3, and that sunny sky line will push our direction eventually by about dinner time tomorrow. So nice evening out there, nice evening drive, but even with all the cloud cover outside, that's going to help to hold temperatures down. So low 50s, it looks like, for most of the day tomorrow. 52 degrees here, 54 in Shelbyville, as warm as 55 in Columbus. And we're not going to warm up all that much by Tuesday. While there will be more sunshine outside, a northwest wind will help to hold temperatures down. Only 53 degrees, the high temperature for the second day of the work week. Rain chances remain very limited. That's the good news. A lot of sunshine sticks around Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before that next chance of rain slides in towards the tail end of the week. Temperatures steady, like I said, low to mid 50s through much of the forecast here. But then we see some big changes in the next weekend. Friday and Saturday, a chance for some rain here. There, cooler temperatures diving in on Sunday will allow us to see another flurry, similar to what we saw outside for Friday, mixing in, yes, flurry. And then look at Monday morning of next week. The first time we're going to be dropping down into the upper 20s this season. A cold start to next work week.
Brad, thank you. Megan McEwen is here now. A big day in the New York City area with the Colts, right?
That's exactly right. The Colts took on the Jets out of MetLife Stadium. Not a happy ending for the Colts. Sports director Anthony Calhoun joins us live next from MetLife with the report on how this one went down.
The Wish TV Sports Desk, brought to you by Elbert Roofing. Call the expert. Call Elbert Roofing, the name you can trust.
Week 6 of the NFL season pitted the Colts and the Jets against each other. The Horseshoe entered the day coming off 3 straight losses. New York, on the other hand, coming off its biggest win of the season. A win today would allow Frank Reich's crew to stay relevant in the division. The head coach's team trying to battle through numerous injuries to several key players, but a rough start. On the game's second play, Andrew Luck's pass goes off the hands of Marlon Mack and intercepted off the deflection by Morris Claiborne, who returns it for a touchdown. 7-0 Jets with the lead. Colts come right back, though. Luck connects with Marcus Johnson for a 34-yard touchdown to tie the game up at 7 apiece. Third quarter, New York now up 17, but Luck hits Eric Ebron, his favorite tight end, for an 18-yard touchdown, and the Colts showing some signs of life, fighting back early in the fourth. Luck, Eric Swope, the 2-yard touchdown. Colts within 6, but turnovers doomed the Horseshoe in this one. In the fourth, Luck intercepted by Darren Lee. The Colts turn it over 4 times in this game. The Jets get the 42-34 win in this one. All right, with more in today's game, let's head out to MetLife Stadium, where sports director Anthony Calhoun is right now in AC. What a rough game for the Horseshoe out there.
Yeah, Megan, you're right about that. And fans here at MetLife Stadium saw the Colts, as you mentioned, turn the ball over 4 times, and they saw their kicker almost beat the Colts all by himself. Man, this one was just ugly for the Colts. So many turnovers after turnovers. We saw so many mistakes, and we also saw a lot of drop balls by this Colts offense.
I'll be concerned about drops when I throw the perfect ball every time I drop back, and I certainly do not do that. So, look, I think we all, in a sense, have to have short memories when you play this game. The good, the bad, it doesn't matter. It's about, the play that you're in, the next one.
I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I gotta pick my stuff up. I gotta get out of funk. The drops, it's contagious. So once I gotta just shake it off and get back to, to myself. But as an offense, it goes back to executing, and when we go through the week, and what we practice on, we just got to make it happen on Sunday.
It's interesting to hear Chester Rogers talk about it being contagious, because it kind of feels like that when you watch this football team. Over 5 drops today. And, yes, give credit to Andrew Luck. I know he's trying to be a team player, but you got to believe these drops by the wide receivers are really, really hurting this football team. And, Megan, coming into this game, we said this on Countdown to Kickoff today, we felt like this was a must-win for the Colts. But seeing the way they played on this football field here today, I'm not sure they were even thinking that way. Much more of the Horseshoe coming up tonight at 10 and 11 right here on Wish TV. That's it from here, Megan. We'll send it back to you.
All right, AC, thank you so much. We appreciate that. And the NASCAR playoffs continue today at Talladega. Look at that. Eric Almirola gets the win, clinching an automatic berth into the round of 8. Second, Clint Boyer, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Denny Hamlin, and Joey Logano round out the top 5. We will have highlights and post-race reaction from this race coming up in Sports Soccer tonight at 10 and 11 o'clock right here on Wish TV.
Well, they can just shake it off, right?
Yes, they hopefully can shake it off. The Colts have the Bills next week at home, so it'll be good to get home, regroup, hopefully get some of those guys that are injured right now healthy and hopefully suited up for this next game.
And they'll have a warm welcome when they do come back home, right?
Absolutely.
Megan, thank you. Well, stay with us. Brad has a last look at our wet forecast when we come back. A little warmer to end the weekend, but grab the jacket for a freezing start to Monday. Brad's back with a final look at tonight's forecast.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a wet start to Monday. Tuesday, I think, is going to be the coldest day of all those, so just be prepared for that. 33 degrees. That's until we get back to next week. You see that 27 degrees. You wake up early Monday, and we have a couple rain chances there in between. But really, most of the work week, once we get past the rain early tomorrow, we clear back out for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Just an isolated chance for a shower here there Friday and the Saturday. So overall, pretty nice work week ahead. Just a little soggy to start.
I'm not ready.
And get the umbrella back out.
News 8 is your local news source. We're back at 10 o'clock tonight. Have a great night. We'll see you later.